everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And today I wanted to discuss and share my thoughts with all of you about what took place on the November 29th, 2024 edition of SmackDown, involving the sit-down face-off between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Paul Heyman, and what this favour that Paul Heyman could possibly owe to CM Punk. So, as we saw on SmackDown, as we know already, CM Punk will be teaming up with the original bloodline of Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn to take on the new bloodline at Survivor Series 2024 in a War Games match. So, this sit down face off between Roman Reigns and CM Punk was merely just to air out their grievances and whether or not they'll be able to get on the same page and work together to defeat Solo Sikoa's new bloodline at Survivor Series 2024. And it was very interesting because even though Roman Reigns is now a face, he still retains all of the authoritative attitude that he had when he was the heel tribal chief. And CM Punk, he's CM Punk. What you see is what you get. And he's a guy who never really holds back on speaking his mind or telling the truth. And it made for a very entertaining segment between these two. And Paul Heyman, who was right there in the middle, he was just awesome as always. And Roman Reigns pretty much told Punk, look, I don't like you. I don't like your attitude. I don't like your tone. And I certainly don't need your help. And Punk replied back by saying, well, I don't really care. I don't like you, but I'm not here to help you. I'm here to help Paul. I'm here to get revenge for what the Bloodline did to my friend after WrestleMania. And it was a very entertaining segment. Both guys were on top form. As I said, Paul Heyman, he was awesome as always, and he really added so much tension to this moment. And that's what I've always liked about Paul Heyman. He can make any situation feel like a huge deal, regardless of who is involved. And Paul Heyman pretty much pointed out to Reigns that if we don't accept Punk's help, then Solo Sikoa and his bloodline, they'll destroy us. And they have had our number ever since after WrestleMania 40. And Reigns finally caved in and agreed to work with Punk and said, one time only. And Punk said that, okay, that's fine with me, one time. And he went on to say that one favour. And Reigns turned around and said, you think I owe you a favour? And Punk went on to say, no, you don't owe me a thing. But he does, and points to Paul Heyman. And Punk also finally finished the segment by saying, if you want to revisit this conversation, just you and me, then I'll be more than happy to. And he leaves the room, and Reigns looks at Paul Heyman and says, wise man, what favour would that be then? And Paul Heyman said, let's just get through War Games first, and then we can have all the time in the world to discuss that. Wow. Unbelievable. Cinema quality at its very best. And I'm really loving these backstage segments with the music playing. It really feels like a mini movie and really adds more tension to the pay-per-view and the matches. I just think it's very well done. And the big question, obviously, going into Survivor Series 2024 War Games is, will Roman Reigns and CM Punk be able to coexist and work together to defeat Solo Sikoa and his new bloodline? And also, of course, what is the favour that Paul Heyman owes to CM Punk? I think the favour, and this is just pure speculation, I think the favour obviously involves The Rock and all of Roman Reigns and The Rock's family. I think Punk has aspirations for WrestleMania, for the main event, because he has always said that the one thing he wants is to headline and main event WrestleMania. So I would imagine the favour is to Heyman keep everyone, including The Rock, Roman Reigns, and the whole bloodline, the entire family, so to speak, out of my business, and in return, give me and help me headline WrestleMania 41. That's just what I think because, every time Punk has been close to main eventing a WrestleMania, back in 2012 to 2013, The Rock was in CM Punk's way. He headlined both WrestleMania 28 and 29, and CM Punk was in the middle of the card. Bear in mind, he had two huge matches, one against Chris Jericho for the WWE title, and the other was against The Undertaker. Both fantastic matches, but they weren't the main event at any of those WrestleManias. So maybe that's what the favour is to Paul Heyman. But we're going to have to wait and see, really. But I definitely think something big is going to go down at Survivor Series 2024 War Games. I just got that feeling. Could a betrayal be coming, perhaps? Who knows, really? When Paul Heyman is involved, something big always goes down, and everyone is always talking about what happened afterwards. So, pure speculation. We're just going to have to wait and see. But now that CM Punk has been added to the original Bloodline team to face Solo Sikoa's team, it's made things even twice as interesting. So, can't wait. It's going to be a hell of a match. Should be a lot of fun. And they're going to be teasing tension between Reigns and Punk. Huge. So let's just see. But another thing to take into account with Roman Reigns and CM Punk, these are not the same two guys who faced 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Reigns was part of the Shield. Punk was one of the big names. Fast forward to 2024, Roman Reigns is now one of the biggest names ever in the company, and Punk, he's just been back in WWE for a year now. So a lot has changed between these two. So should be an amazing story to tell. No doubt we'll probably see Punk versus Reigns one on one somewhere down the road. We're just going to have to wait and see. So anyway, that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. What did you guys think about the segments between Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk? Did you enjoy it? What favour do you think Paul Heyman owes to CM Punk? Do you think it involves WrestleMania? Do you think it involves Roman Reigns' family? Do you think it involves The Rock somehow? Do you think Punk and Reigns will be able to work together at Survivor Series? And also, do you think there could be a betrayal? Do you think someone is going to turn on the other? And where does Paul Heyman fit into all of this? What role will he play at War Games? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.